Welcome to this episode of the Arizona Timeless Tours. Today I'm going to take you on two unique historical sites here in Queen Creek. And some of you have driven by these sites numerous times every day on your way to and from work. I know that I go to a coffee shop at least 3 times a week that when you walk out that front door, you are looking at one of those historical spots. The first spot I'm going to take you has been recognized with a historical marker by the city of Queen Creek as a historical site. So let's go ahead and go and tour these sites so that we can become more aware of these sites and that we may become more involved in helping the local historical society help preserve these sites. Let's go check them out. All right, here we are at our first site, located just north of Chandler Heights Road on the east side of Sussman Road. You come to a historical site that has a historical marker on it, and it's the Desert Wells Stage Stop. The stage stop was a resting area and a watering stop for the horses that came from Florence and continued through the gap in the Santan Mountains on the way to Mesa, Arizona. This stage route was in use in the late 1800s and early 1900s. This stage stop was described by the pioneers as a simple one-room building about 10 foot square constructed of rock with a mud and thatched roof. There was a trough running around 3 of the sides that was used for watering the horses, a porch on the south side, and a well close by to fill the trough. 1 4-foot door on the south side and small gun ports instead of windows. So after stopping here and watering their horses and getting the well-deserved break that they needed, they headed back right into those mountains right there, the Santan Mountains, before they could reach the next stage stop. The town of Queen Creek has placed a fence around so that it can be preserved for generations to come. Most of you have come out of the coffee shop behind me at least once in a day, if not a couple of times during the day. and then you look for your car and you grab your car keys and you get in and you drive off. The next time you come out of this coffee shop with your coffee in hand, don't look for your keys, don't look for your car, look straight ahead and you will be looking right at our next historical spot. I'm standing on the corner of Rittenhouse and Ellsworth Road on the north side of the railroad tracks. Right behind me on the other side, on the sidewalk here, and towards that whole area where the Queen Creek Unified School District is, there's a transportation facility and there's an open field. This whole side of the road, from the field to the railroad tracks, and mostly closer to the railroad tracks, from 1943 to 1945 was a German POW camp. Just on this side of the road. I'm going to point the camera to it in a second. It was made up of tents, it was a farm, and the POWs were responsible for each and every day farming the land. They had to get up each and every morning and pull potatoes. So this area behind me was the main part of the prison camp, just on the north side of the tracks. This transportation building used to be a potato barn. Again, the transportation facility right back here behind me was part of the POW camp back in 1943. Also, across from this POW camp, you'll run into the school, and then you'll run into the Queen Creek Historical Society. And if you haven't been to the Queen Creek Historical Society, I would recommend that you give them a call or come in early on a Saturday morning and check it out. They have great artifacts in there. They have a lot of the history of Queen Creek in there, and the individuals that are in there are a great help and a wealth of information about the history of the town of Queen Creek. Until the next time, thank you for joining the Arizona Timeless Tour.